Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my fountain pen ink collection, and the first one I'm going to show you is my Pilot Iroshizuku inks. And I've been collecting inks only since this year actually, so I don't have loads and loads of them, but these are my favourites. They're quite expensive. I think they're about £30 a bottle, and this is my very first one, Yamabudo, which is a grapey purple colour, and it's still one of my favourite ones of all. And like I said, because they're quite expensive, I don't buy them very often. I usually get them as presents or just as a little treat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to swatch all my colours, and because I've done it a little bit too wet, but never mind, I will let them dry and I'll show you at the end what it looks like on this particular paper. And I'm using a Stalogy notebook, and the paper here is really, I really like it. It's very thin, but it's very good at not leaking through. So depending on which type of paper you use, you'll get a different finish. Some papers are known for giving a really lovely sheen, and other ones that are more absorbent don't tend to give as much sheen. And this one, I can't even pronounce it, but it's like a beautiful kind of hot pink with a really nice greenish sheen usually. Shinryoku? Oh my god, my pronunciation. This is like a greeny colour. Even though I really love green, green's my favourite colour, this is not one of my favourite ones, I don't know why. You just kind of develop favourite inks, and I really like, as you'll see, blues, purples, and actually orange. This one is Chikurin, which is like a baby Yoda green. I like this one. It's a bit more pale though, but I do like this one. And then this one is Kujaku, which is a bluish turquoisey colour, which amazingly, even though I love turquoise, is not one of my favourites. And one thing I really like about these inks is that they're quite, I don't know what the word for it is, they're a little bit wet, and they kind of give a really nice kind of shading effect in the fountain pen. But they usually dry, obviously I've clearly used far too much on there, but usually they dry quite fast, they don't smudge. Then I've got these Diamine or Diamine inks, and what I like about these is that they're very affordable, and they usually come in a big bottle or small. I've got quite a few of these small 30ml ones, and this one is, I think it's Tobacco Sunburst, which was a special collection one. This one is Sunshine Yellow. So yeah, I do like these inks because they are really affordable. They're about £2 or £3 each. And there's tons and tons of different colours to choose from this range. Earl Grey, just because this is my first ever grey. And Pelham Blue. Pelham Blue is also from the same guitar, I think it's a Les Paul guitar collection. Same as Tobacco Sunburst, which by the way I really love Tobacco Sunburst, which is that one at the top there, that brownish colour. It's really nice. And this is a limited edition. I don't know if it's limited edition, probably is. It's from Cult Pens, which is a British pen shop. One of my favourite places to buy inks and pens because they're super reliable. And here is 4 colours, and they're very sheeny inks. And I think they're named after people that work at the shop. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are. And they are really nice, and again very affordable. And I will show you these at the end. How they sheen, how they look, because from what I remember, they are quite different to the swatches they had on the website. They weren't as I expected, but still very nice. And then I've got these ones, the Herbin inks. Now these two are scented inks, and this was one from a brand called Colourverse called Brunch Date, and this is Sailor. This is quite an expensive ink. Sailor inks are actually probably more expensive than the Pilot ones. So these are the scented inks. I think this was the chocolate one, which they are scented, but actually it wasn't that appealing. I thought it would be really amazing, but then they're not really. And this is the orange. Again, don't really particularly like these. I don't think they shade very well. And they're not that scented, you know. And this is that Brunch Date one. I saw somebody on Instagram with this colour, and I just fell in love with it. And it's a really unusual brownish pinkish kind of shade. But Colourverse inks are not that easy to buy in the UK, so I don't get them very often. And this is the Sailor ink. Again, I saw this on Instagram. It's like a very pale blue lilac-y colour, and it has a really nice sheen to it. But actually, it's a little bit too light for day-to-day use. Then I've got these Monteverde inks, which are again very, very affordable. And this one is Krishna ink. I can't remember, it might be from Cult Pens, and that's a sheening ink. And then Rob Oster, Fire and Ice, which is quite a famous one. I think a lot of people say it's their favourite ink. And also again a bit on the pricey side. So this is the Monteverde ink, which is very affordable. You get quite a lot in the bottle. I think that's the Caribbean blue. And then this other is very clear, very bold blues. And the Krishna ink, which I think is a sheening colour. I think it's called Moon View. And this one at the bottom here. Different shades of blue. You see, I kind of like blues. But only in fountain pen inks. I never like blues in ballpoint inks. And then I've got a new ink to show you, KWZ ink Sheen Machine, and there's two colours in the Sheen Machine. I love, love, love this ink. And this is the number one that I have, which is a bluish pink. The other one is a pinkish green. And I'm just kind of unboxing new things that arrived at the time. Vinta inks, I think this is a Filipino brand, and since then I have added some more Vinta inks to my collection because they are really nice too. I think this is Vaudeville. Again, please excuse my pronunciation. So I'm just swatching the KWZ, and like I said, I will go back at the end and show you what they look like when they've dried on this particular paper. I'm using way too much, but it's fine. And just a quick interlude, I'm going to show you how I fill my pens. This is nib cleaning fluid, which is what I use to clean my fountain pens, by the way. And this is a LAMY pen, which is really annoying, by the way. It's really tricky to fill, and I find the nib dries in between uses, even though it's not supposed to. But anyway, I'm going to fill it with this is how I fill them up. I always use the converter ones, and then I use a syringe. And you can buy these in boxes of 100, and then these are blunt tip needles, which again you can buy from eBay. They're quite cheap. And I'm going to fill it with my new ink, so I'm just going to stick that on the end of the syringe there. Then I'm going to get out a small amount. It's literally like 1 ml. It's a tiny amount. And then with the converter bit pulled down, I just fill it up, and I guarantee that every time, even though this is supposed to be neat, you see, I'm just messy. I can't help it. I've got it all over my hands. There you go. There it is. Nice ink all over my hands as usual. And here's a tip for you. Sif, or Jif in some countries. This is the best thing for getting fountain pen off your hands because it's kind of a bit abrasive. You see that? That's the only thing I found that will quickly get it off your hands without problem. Ta-da! See? And then that's what I do. That's how I fill them. And I should be more careful so I don't make so much mess, but that's the principle of it anyway. Just trying out my new pen. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, they've dried the first batch. So you remember these were the Pilot inks, and they leave a lovely kind of shading. These are the Diamine ones. Bit of sheen there to the Earl Grey colour. Next page. Oh, look at these. These are the Cult Pen limited edition ones. And they all have a really, really lovely sheen to them. And this is the, I think that's the brunch date. That's like a beautiful kind of purpley blue colour there, the Sailor ink. And these are the blues that we just did. Again, very pretty. And these are the KWZ inks, so you can see why I like them. That's the one I just filled my pen with, a purpley green with a little bit leak through. And at that point I'd finished the video, but then more ink arrived, so I decided to add it on. And these two are from AliExpress, so they're not really I don't think they're like a proper brand, so to speak, but I thought they looked quite cute, so I'd give them a go. This one was called Volga River, And this one is called Pine Forest. So give them a good shake, and then I thought I'd give them a go anyway. Oh, try paintbrush. So there, I'm just giving that a swatch. You can't see any sheening whatsoever when you apply it wet. There's nothing there at all. So we'll have to see if it appears once the ink is dry. And then another layer there. Still nothing can be seen, but we'll see how it goes in a moment. And then when you try, you can actually see there's a lovely sheen there. But what I will say is that the sheen on both sides is very, very similar. And then another light hole, sorry about that. I thought I'd add this on at the end. Now one of these is from Cult Pens, I think. This is one I saw on Instagram, and this is called Inferno Orange. Again, some Diamine. Is it Diamine or Diamine? Diamine inks. Look at that, look at that. It's like a fire inside, it's beautiful. And then I thought I'd try some of these special ones as well as a limited edition. I think there's two. There's one that's the classical music, and this one which is the flower collection. So I picked 4 here. You can see Pansy, Burgundy Rose, Aster and Tulip, just colours that I don't have already in my collection. And these two from the musical one, Bach and Wagner, which again 2 shades I don't really have in my collection already. So I'm just going to show you the new bits and bobs that I got. Oh, I also got a new Iroshizuku ink, Mirusaki, I can't remember. But anyway, it's a really beautiful purple. It's like a mid-tone purple. So whereas Yamabudo is a grapey purple, this is more a violet purple. And then also these arrived from Germany, which I will link to the shop when I find the name of it. And these, you can't buy these in the UK. They are just, I think they're Germany specials. Bloody Absinthe. And it was quite affordable. Again, they were about, I think, about £8 or £9 each. This one is called Bloody Brexit. And this one is November Rain, and they're all sheening inks. So let's try Inferno Orange first. Give it a really good shake, because you can see the shimmer is all running through that. So just going to swatch that here. Again, it doesn't look particularly special when you swatch it first, but you have to let it dry first. And then let's try the Bloody Absinthe. Bloody Brexit, now this is an intriguing one. And then November Rain. And now let's swatch the flower colours. This is another very pretty deep kind of purple. One of my favourite colours in the world, purple, to write with. I'm going to compare this to my new Pilot ink and see. Oh, there you go. Totally justified. Totally justified. See, that is more of a violet, and the top colour is more of a royal purple. And I've got this beautiful burgundy rose. I don't think I have a burgundy rose in my collection yet. Oops. And then Aster, which is, I think it should be like quite a pretty light bold blue, maybe, if you could see it. There you go. It's that kind of colour. So let's let these dry, and you can see, oh, the Inferno Orange, beautiful. They're the three. Now, the Bloody Absinthe and November Rain are very, very similar. You definitely don't need both. They're both green with a pinkish sheen to them. They're very similar. These, oops, see, messy. Oster is very pretty. I like that a lot. And there's not much leak through considering how much I slapped on there. And there's Tulip as well. I must have forgotten to do Tulip. So let's do Tulip, which is a pretty kind of red. I definitely don't have any reds in my collection. And then let's do, I think this is Bach, which is the brownish colour. Like an oaky mahogany type brown. And Wagner, which is like a greenish olive colour, which I quite like actually. Quite serious colours. And there they are when they're all dry. I've showed you this page before. And there you go. There's the Tulip is a lovely red, and the Wagner is very beautiful. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.